When Khadijah was just 10 years old, she says she became the victim of rape. She says a man her mother, Asia, was dating began sneaking into her room at night and sexually assaulting her and threatened her to keep quiet. But after 6 long years of ongoing sexual abuse, she finally spoke out at age 16. However, when she told her mom, Asia, what was going on, Khadijah says her mother did nothing to protect her. Now, Asia says she's not sure if she believes her daughter's story and needs a lie detector test to settle her doubts. Why don't you tell me what happened?
Okay, Steve, when I was 10 years old, I already had weird vibes about this man. 10 years old, he follows me downstairs, playing wrestling, gets me down, pin me down, put private area in my face. I was told as a child that if somebody put their private area, if it's that close, bite it. That's what I did. So that released it because I'm pinned down to where I can't and just
You're
staring
a
over
10-year-old
me.
girl, he's a grown man.
Right. So it released it. I ran upstairs to the bathroom, locked the door. I was very scared and just like, what's going on, you know? He come knocking on behind me, knock on the door. Ouch, you hurted me. You gotta kiss it, or I'm gonna tell your mom when she get home, and you're gonna get your butt beat. So previous reasons, I hurried up and got up out of the bathroom and kissed it. Ran to my room and just was scared and just like, man, you know, what's going on? He came back a couple of days later and he like, it's not gonna hurt. He oral sex. And this happened for like 2 months. And after that, he like, again, this not gonna hurt. He started penetrating. At the time, I didn't let anyone know because he did at that bathroom say, hey, you tell your mom. Now you tell your mom, I'm gonna kill her. And so I left it alone. As I got older, I kind of understood that he wasn't gonna do that. At 16, I told her, you know, I let him know also that I was gonna tell her. So by the time I was able, because I was very mentally messed up with the situation, that I end up going to school, getting in trouble and stuff. So I ended up catching something where I couldn't leave my hometown. And so my mother left me.
Your mom left you?
Yes.
Him, the man who's sexually assaulting you and your mother left you?
Yes.
And you're 16?
16.
Take me back to when you actually told your mom. What happened with that?
Okay, well, my mother didn't really want to hear it. She's like, oh, if you want to tell me anything, I'm like, I got something important to tell you. She's like, if you want to tell me anything, you need to tell me. I'm like, I need to talk to you by yourself. She's like, if you can't say it in front of my best friend, then you can't tell me at all.
Did you then talk to her, or what did you do?
No, I said I was going to tell one person. So I used her best friend as my mother. And I told her. When I told her, she told me, she comforted me and told my mother. I didn't see my mother no more. She went to her room. When I did go check on her, she was crying and upset, didn't want to talk.
Your mother was crying and didn't want to talk to you about this?
No.
What, when your mother doesn't want to talk to you about it, you've been going through this for years. This abuse, how long did it last for?
For 6 years.
For 6 years. How often did the rapes happen?
All the time.
All the time. Was your mom in the house at times when this happened?
Yes, she was.
Do you think that your mother knew what was going on?
I kind of felt like that.
She did, and she allowed it.
And she allowed it. She just hated me.
When you were a little girl, did you have a good relationship with your mother?
Well, my mother, no. My mother left me with my family members a couple of times. My mother, we moved in with a family member, and she said she was going to the store and never came back, and she was gone for 2 years.
So it sounds like your mother was in, out. When you had her, she gets with this guy. He's raping you all the time, which is just, it sounds so insane that a 10-year-old girl in the house with her mother is getting raped all the time. And your mother knows. She never called the police.
Never called the police.
And she didn't get rid of him after the allegation came out.
Never got rid of him.
And then when this came out, you're 16, she signed your rights over, right?
I actually, yes.
You did.
I told them, you know, she wanted me to go to juvie, and
She wanted you to go to juvenile hall. I don't understand how parents, men and women, moms and dads, who pick somebody over their own kids. I mean, that to me is just insane. But we're gonna find out today. Your mother is here. Let's meet her. Here's Asia.
You already chose. Why you saying you're trying to see? How is you trying to say? How is you trying to say you trying to choose and you don't know who you chose? You chose.
I'm not a victim.
You chose.
I'm not a victim.
You acting like one.
I'm
All you
not
can do
a
is
victim.
cry. You act like one.
I can't cry.
I don't want to hear
I can't
it.
cry. I can't cry because it hurts.
It hurts.
And it hurts even more for her to see
didn't
her
hurt.
paint this picture like I wasn't a good mom. I was out working. It wasn't like I was sitting there.
Okay, but when it happened, when it was out, what did you do?
When it came to
You
me, when
helped
she told me
defame my
she was
name.
16.
You helped
I
defame
helped
my name.
defame your
Yes, you
name?
did. Yes, you
Lady, you gonna
did.
sit there and
You
lie?
chose him, and you went back
I chose
again.
him? Okay.
Yes, you did.
Well, your
I didn't
daughter-
ever say you was lying.
Okay.
Did I tell you you was lying? I
Girl,
said you was lying.
To other people, yes, you
I
did.
did. I
You
did
didn't
not
tell the
tell
people at
nobody.
that shelter there that I was lying.
No, I did
The
not
reason
tell
why I
nobody
called
you
them,
was lying.
the reason why you
did
called the
lie.
police, you called the
I
police
called
on me, but you
police
couldn't
'cause
call the
kicked my
police on
ankle.
him. I didn't
Why
kick
you
it.
lie?
I did not
we
kick
was
it.
in Arizona.
Can we get a lie detector?
She
Did
threw
I
my
kick it?
dango. She threw my dango clothes in the dumpster. She sat there, threw my clothes in the dumpster. I charged her. She kicked my ankle.
I may have made
She
it.
sat there. It was on camera. It was on camera. And the police came because we're in the shelter and we can't chastise our kids. And that's what happened. It did not happen like that. That part about her being in juvie, she wasn't going to no
does
juvie.
anybody
She
care
went to a
about that,
placement
though?
home.
Yeah, then you
At
tell
the
them
end
you
of
wanted
the
me
day,
to-
this is
Are
what
we?
I'm talking about.
Hold on. Are we here doing a story
We're
about
here for a
she
story.
kicking you in the ankle?
No, we're
Or
not
we're talking
here
about a
no
10-year-old
ankle.
girl
What I'm
getting
saying,
raped?
I understand that y'all act like I don't care. This is my daughter.
So you ain't telling people that this didn't happen to me and I was lying and I had to
No.
call him like,
No, I
hey,
did not.
girl, boo, stop. And you on
You
TV.
stop. I
You
don't
on
care.
TV. Stop.
You stop.
Stop.
You stop.
'Cause you going
Cause
wild.
I'm away.
You'll see. But it better be true.
I'm not.
Your lie detector better be good.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine, because I didn't know nothing about it, and I wouldn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I knew.
You told them people.
I
don't
knew
know if
that
you knew
stuff was happening
about
to him.
it,
I
but
knew
this,
stuff. I knew
as
he was
I'm
being
grown,
molested.
yes, you.
I said I
knew.
knew that you
I
was
can't wait
molested.
till your results come.
Okay.
I hope they good, but baby, if they not, it's gonna be a problem.
Okay, that's fine.
And we asked you,
And it's over with. You ain't touching them. You ain't seeing my babies.
were you
Okay.
were you sexually molested by your mother's then boyfriend when you were a minor child? You answered yes. Did your mother's then boyfriend rape you when you were a minor child? You answered yes. Are you lying and fabricating that you were sexually assaulted and molested by your mother's then boyfriend from the ages of 10 to 16? You answered no. Results came back all the same, and it came back that Khadijah told the truth.
You a lie. You a lie. 'Cause you would have came to get my ass.
Asia came here and took a lie detector test. And we asked her, are you lying about Khadijah recanting her story of abuse? She answered no. She did not tell the truth.
I did tell the truth. She did. She said that she didn't do it.
Did you have any suspicion at any time that your then boyfriend was sexually abusing your minor daughter, Khadijah? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
After she told me, yeah, I thought about it.
There's one more question.
Every day I thought she told me.
Did?
No, I wish they had asked me what did I know. Did I feel that before?
Okay.
And she told me the story. That's what I'm talking about. Before she told me the I didn't know that. After then, yes, after 16, I felt that she didn't happen.
One last question.
I felt that it was going on.
Did,
yes, I was asking questions. Questioning it. Yes, from the time you told me.
One more question.
I swear to God. I can't believe you. They should have asked me.
You a liar, though. The way you just came and you want to be a victim.
Didn't.
I knew you was lying.
One more question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
One more. Please. Did you have any knowledge? Did you have any knowledge that your minor daughter, Khadijah, was being sexually assaulted and molested by your then boyfriend?
And it's going to
You
show that
answered
I didn't
no.
know until
Girl, no
after you
matter how
told
many
me.
drugs
And you did not tell the truth.
What was the question? What was the question? What was the question? Oh my God.
Baby, you gotta get it on. You gotta go.
You gotta be kidding me. What was the last question? I knew what? What was the last question?
You want me to repeat it?
What was the last question? And you said I knew?
We asked you, did you have any knowledge that your minor daughter, Khadijah, was being sexually assaulted and molested by your then boyfriend? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
Oh my God.
What are you shocked about?
Because I did not know.
You did
I
know.
swear to God, I didn't know.
Your daughter says you knew.
I did not know that. I'm not about
And you let a man do this to a 10-year-old girl.
I did not.
You did know. I mean, how do you let a man do that to your own?
Like that, I swear to God,
How
on
do
my
you
soul.
let a man
and for this to be
do that
on this that I did anything like that to my daughter because I didn't do like that.
Yes, you
That's
did.
a lie.
You did do that.
Lie. All of that is lie. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
You didn't care about your daughter?
No.
For all these years, you never called the police. You care more about yourself than your own daughter. You never get your daughter.
I did.
You failed me. You failed me. I never failed my babies, though. I never failed them. You understand me? Now, don't run. Don't run with these tests being what it is. You did that.
I did not.
Real proudly. You might as well wear it proudly, sweetheart. It's out.
Don't touch her.
That's why. I ain't gonna touch her. She's my mama. I love her.
Yo, you don't. You don't love me. You
I
just
love
punched
you
me in
from
my face
distance
on
from
TV.
here. Yes, I just smacked out of you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Baby, I do it again. I do it again. I do it again. From a far distance. No, I don't want to hear it. 99.9. 99.9.
Is the test right? Is the test right?
I didn't say it was wrong. I said the questions the way they was asked.
You failed.
Listen, if they had asked it the way it was, yes, after she told me.
I just the questions was plain and simple.
We're real specific. You knew.
You knew.
No, it was going on.
And then you sat there and made them defame my name with.
Hold on. You've been running this whole life. You've been running, and you let this happen to your daughter. You're Get the hell out of here.
Please.
Your mother failed you, and what I love about you, you are strong. You're protecting your own kids. I would never let that woman around
She
your
was
kids.
telling them that you hear me?
Oh my God! Please don't ever allow that to happen.
No,
we're here for you.
I love
Any way we can help you.
Thank you so much. This so long.
Good luck to you.
I swear I love y'all.
Aaliyah was with Dre.
Yep, she was.
And you were friends with Aaliyah?
I wasn't ever friends with her before until Dre brung her over. Yeah, until
Okay.
we started messing around.
You guys had a threesome?
Yeah, we had a threesome, yeah.
How do you find out about the allegations?
Dre told me.
And what did he say?
He said that Aaliyah just texted him and said that her son, I was humping on her son.
Dre wanted you to take a DNA test for your child.
Because this girl, like I said, they've been off and on for about 12 years now, so she know how to get in his head. So as soon as I had the baby, she didn't even think I was pregnant at first. When I had the baby, it was like, boom, her head blew up. And she done came and threw a liquor bottle through my window. My baby was like 4 days out the hospital.
Any chance that Dre is not the father?
No, he's the father.
He's the father.
I never accused you of molesting my son. My son
You just said
that.
it. You just said it. You just said that.
I didn't say it. My son said it. My son said it. My son
you
said it
kept
so many
saying
times.
over and
There's
over.
so many
You
women
kept
that's in
saying
his
it
dad
over and
life. My
over.
son gonna pick you. Out of everybody that he deals with, I'm gonna pick the woman who I had a threesome with. I'm gonna pick the woman who I had a threesome with. I'm gonna pick the woman that I used to like. Out of everybody, I'm gonna choose you. Why? Oh, well, you got Dre Hart. He ain't faithful to you. He ain't faithful to nobody. And I just feel like at this time, he either told me himself that he's blind and he really don't know, because the accusation on her son was from, again, Andre said something to me. So if I'm calling CPS on your baby mama, why'd you steady feeding me information about her and her kids, telling me everything that's going on in her home? Why? And I don't like her. I believe she did that to my child, so why would you tell me that she did something to her aunt?
Let's meet Dre.
You a lie. You just full of lies, bro. You just got up on here just full of lies.
Okay, I said
Do
what I
you
had
believe that LaQuinta is doing inappropriate things with her son?
LaQuinta a good girl.
Or
no.
your
Look
other
at her,
son
no.
with Aaliyah?
No. I don't believe that, no.
You have a son from a previous relationship that's older than the baby
Yes,
that you have
yes,
with it.
yes.
And that's the baby that you're being accused
Yes,
of.
correct.
Your older son,
Yes.
not the baby you have with Dre.
Right.
And you're accused of humping the son that she has with Dre.
Yep, that's it.
Do you believe that she's cheated on you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't trust no female.
Yeah.
Listen, though, I don't trust no female.
You were with Aaliyah on and off for 11, 12 years, right?
And I was taking care of her,
Yes.
too. Yes,
yes.
when we was
Okay.
kids, when we was
Okay.
teenagers, yes.
Sure. After 12 years, this is the first time she said this is what's happening to her son. You took a DNA test to find out whether LaQuinta's child is yours. And you took a DNA test, and the results are you are the father of LaQuinta's child.
Hold on.
The rest is gonna happen. The rest, I'm staying right here because I'm ready.
Wait a minute.
I'm ready.
Since together with Dre, have you had any sexual physical contact with any other males? She answered no. Since together with Dre, have you had sexual intercourse with any other males? She answered no. The results came back the same to each question, and it came back that LaQuinta told the truth.
She ain't giving it up. No. She's not giving it up. She's not sharing.
No.
No, we're not sharing.
This for daddy.
Thank you.
Now, I do have a question.
Wait.
Hold on, Dre. What if she wanted to sleep with somebody?
Who, LaQuinta?
Yeah.
We ain't doing
I don't
that.
want to.
But
It's a female. It
But-
gotta be a female. It gotta be a female. We
But
don't.
why can't
I got
you?
enough for her. I
But
got
why-
enough
But
for
why
her.
can you sleep with her?
She accepted. She is certain things
I
that
don't
other
want
people
nobody
might be
else.
advanced in, and they might can help her out. You know.
I don't want nobody else, and he gonna stop. So he
Listen,
just still
listen.
young, having a little fun.
Hey, listen.
Right.
Hey, y'all, listen.
That's it.
If y'all got a good dude, listen.
That's all done to say.
I got enough.
He asked you, did you coach your son to say LaQuinta humps him? You answered no. Did your son tell you LaQuinta humps him while she's naked? You answered yes. And the results of both those questions came back the same, and it came back that you, Aaliyah, told the truth.
All right.
Exactly. I don't have to lie on you about molesting my child. Before
If
his
she
child.
fails,
If
hold
she
on,
fails,
hold on.
listen. If she fails, listen, though, Steve. If she fails, she gonna go to jail. Straight up. She gonna go to jail her time like a woman. She is. I'm gonna take care of my kids and I'm still gonna assist her with assisting her kids while she doing her time.
Do you
yes,
hear that?
I am.
If she molested
I
her
am.
child.
Have you ever humped your 4-year-old son? And just to clarify again, this is the son that you have from a previous relationship, not with Dre.
Right.
And he's older, you know.
Yeah.
So have you ever humped your 4-year-old son, somebody that you have from a previous relationship? You answered no, you told the truth.
Okay. All right. Here comes Chase. That's my baby.
Why wouldn't she molest her own
That's
son?
my baby. Listen to this one now.
Have you ever humped Aaliyah's 3-year-old son? She answered no, and that result is she did not tell the truth.
He ain't gonna just pick you. We just not gonna pick you. I liked it you. For real, I liked it you. I would have kept on having threesomes. I liked it you. My with me with that. Dre, you wrong.
You took a lie detector test, and Dre was asked, did you allow LaQuinta to hump your son? He answered no, he told the truth.
Exactly.
You know what?
We then asked him, did you ever witness, we're asking Dre this, did you ever witness LaQuinta hump your 3-year-old son? He said no, he did not tell the truth.
Now that's some
Jay,
come
this
on, man. That
You said if she's guilty of this, that, you know, she'll do her time like a woman and you'll watch the kids.
No, I said I would help her support her kids. I didn't say I would watch the kids.
Or would
Meaning the
support
kids'
them?
fathers
Okay.
is ain't in
But I
their
find it
lives, so I
interesting
would
that
support
you're going to
them.
be this good guy when, in fact, you didn't do anything.
That's a lie.
Right.
You know,
I'm leaving Dre
was
alone.
gonna
I'm
say,
finna
I'm
get
not
on
just saying
restraining order,
make the leap.
everything.
But Dre is not a good guy. He's never treated you good. You did the right thing as a mother. But now, when you said maybe it's a good time to move away, maybe not a bad idea.
'Cause if it
But
ain't,
what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying,
end up.
don't get dragged down in the mud with all that jumping and throwing bottles and keying cars. Don't do that. Maybe it's time for a change in your life and get away from Dre too. All right? Good luck to you. After the show, we heard from LaQuinta and Dre. They found an independent polygraph examiner, and LaQuinta took another test. She passed that test. We gave them the opportunity to send us an update so we could put it in the show. But after weeks of reaching out, we stopped hearing from them. And after reviewing the results of their independent test, we confidently stand by our results. What is going on?
One day, we were all sitting at the table. Jason was going to the store. She had her friend over, and her friend said, "You haven't told your mom yet?" And I turned around and I was like, "What happened?" I said, "Did he touch you?" And she put her head down. And I was pacing back and forth to the kitchen, to the living room, waiting for my car to come back with him. And as soon as he stepped out, I went for it. I went off on him. He refused to tell me anything. He said nothing happened, nothing happened. I blocked the door. I wouldn't let him inside. I called one of my friends and I told her to take him, and that's what she did.
And she took him.
Yes, she did.
And this happened how long ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
But you're still with him today, right?
Yes, sir.
You're planning on marrying him?
I was. I dropped all the plans because I had gotten a Facebook message from him, and I read what he wrote me, and I dropped all the plans after I read what he wrote me.
What did he write you?
He said that he told her that he wanted to have sex with her in the room, but he turned around and he said that he didn't word it that way. So I asked him, I was like, how did you word it then?
This is what he wrote to you, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to read it, and then we'll go on from there. It says, that night this all took place, yes, I did go into her room to talk to her about the few times she had come to me telling me about a boy kept pressuring her to have sex with him, and she didn't know what to do about it. So the last evening she told me about it, me and you were drinking, it got to me, so when I tried talking to her, I didn't know what to say, and I tried wording it the best I could, but it all came out wrong. I didn't know how to word it, so I said, would you ever have sex with me? Not that I would act on it. And yes, I know those are 100% the wrong words to come out and say to her. I don't know. I figured that if she came out and said yes to me, then who else in the world would she say yes to? After that, she took it the wrong way and freaked. And the next day I wrote her a letter and tried to explain to her what I was really trying to say or do, and that I would never harm her in any way, especially in that way. I don't know, everything I said came out totally wrong. I don't know what else to say, but if this is the end of us, then I guess that's how it's got to be. I should have told you more about this, but you know, me, I can't talk with anyone because I get all emotional. So he was a 25-year-old grown man at the time.
Right.
And he said to a 10-year-old girl, would you ever have sex with me? And, you know, he's saying he didn't mean it like that. But let's say, God forbid, your daughter freaked out and said, yeah, I would.
Right.
You know, I'm just wondering, what would the next step be then?
Right.
You have 2 children with him, right?
Yes, sir.
But when you found out, you had another child, right?
The only reason why I had another child and I got back with him is because my daughter did come to me and told me that she was lying about it. And when I went and I talked to my friend, she turned around and she said that my daughter told her that she was jealous over the relationship that I had with him. So I didn't know how to take
But Jean,
it.
you know what? Let's say that's true. But the fact is, when you confronted your boyfriend at the time, he refused to answer. He writes this crazy letter. Your daughter denies ever saying that she lied about it. She's telling us she never said that.
I did kick him out.
No,
and
but
there
Jean-
was
but Jean-
quite a while
but Jean-
before. No, you're not listening. I'm a good mom. I
Jean,
do what
you
I
know
gotta
what?
do.
I'm
There's no
listening,
reason for
and
you
you
to
know-
come at me like that because I
First
do
of
what
all,
I gotta do.
First of all, I think hold on. First of all, I think I'm being really calm with you. I think I'm being.
I understand, but
I'm
yo,
being
you don't come
restrained.
at me like that.
Okay. How about I come at you another way? The fact that this man is laying it out there to a 10-year-old girl, can I have sex
I
with you?
told you I took care of it. He's
And
out of
then-
the house. She
but then
came
at some
to me.
point, you had sex with him again.
Yeah, she told me it was a lie.
I'm going to ask you to leave the stage. I'm going to talk to your boyfriend. We'll bring you back out.
Thank you.
We're going to bring out Jason, who's allegedly made a remark to a 10-year-old girl about having sex. Let's bring him out.
First of all, I'm not a child molester. I'm not a child molester. Things happened that night, and I didn't mean for them to go that way, and it turned into one giant mess. And now every day I live it, tore up inside, seeing the way it turned her scared of me.
You had been drinking. You said in your letter yourself you had been drinking. What if that 10-year-old girl was scared and said yes, and you acted on it? How much more damage you would have done besides just asking? You tell me how you could say that to a 10-year-old girl. How can you say that to her?
First of all, I didn't ask her, would you have sex with me?
What'd you say?
I said, would you ever want me to make you feel good? And she said, no, that's nasty. And when she said that, I went downstairs realizing how bad I scared her, and I cried my eyes out at the kitchen table.
And then you wrote a letter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did the letter say?
Trying to explain to her better.
You tried to explain to a 10-year-old in a letter that you couldn't verbally come across and explain
She
it.
kept coming to me all that week about the kids in the neighborhood kept trying to pressure her into having sex with her.
Did you ever say, maybe this is something you should talk to your mother about?
She said she didn't want to go to her mother about it because her mother would flip out and get angry.
At this point, how long did you know this little girl?
About since she was 6 years old.
Okay. And you didn't think at all, hey, honey, your daughter's coming to me saying, you know, kids are pressuring her to have sex?
I did, but I know how angry she gets over the littlest things.
So you thought it would be better to say, do you want me to make you feel good?
I wanted to see if she would have said yes about that.
So you
who
were
else-
what, like tricking
Who
her?
else would she go out
So
there
were you
and be
trying to
quick
what, trick
say
her?
yes?
A 10-year-old girl?
No, I wasn't trying to trick her.
Well, what were you trying to do?
I don't know.
She says that you went to pull the blankets off her.
No,
And
that
she
never
stopped
happened.
you. And you were rubbing her hair.
I was running my hand through her hair the same way I do my own kids.
Except you don't ask your own kids if you want to have sex with them.
That's where
I mean, after this happened, you never told your girlfriend this happened. Wow. Why not?
afraid to.
Until 3 days ago, you sent her this crazy letter. But for all this time, you refused to answer it. The police had to be called, everything. You wouldn't talk. You wouldn't say what happened.
I did talk to her for 3 days about it, and every time we tried to sit down and talk about it, all she wanted to do was yell and stomp through the house. So
you know what? I can't.
I
can't disagree with her. If somebody came to me and said, "Hey, I tried asking your daughter if I could have sex with her, and she's 10 years old," I'd be pissed off too. Anything to say to that?
I wasn't intentionally trying to have sex
What were
with
you?
her.
What were you trying to?
I made a big mistake and
What was your
said
big
the
mistake?
wrong thing.
What was your big mistake?
By saying, "Do you want me to make you feel good?"
What if she would have said, "Yeah"?
It wouldn't have went that far.
Why?
Because I'm not a child molester.
No, because she said no.
Or if she said yes.
So you're honestly going to stand there and say, with alcohol involved and being alone and rubbing the hair and everything, there was no sexual intent whatsoever, Jason. No sexual intent.
None.
You were just being the good guy. You were being the good guy.
And I turned it into something very bad. I was trying to be a father figure with her, and I turned it into something that wasn't.
Come on! You're trying to be a father figure? What father? Man, you give me 10 bottles of Jack Daniels. I'm not saying that to my kid or anybody else's.
I realized the fact that I took it the wrong way.
What's that?
I realized the fact that I took it the wrong way, completely.
I have to play along because, this is a show and I gotta keep questioning everything. But, listen, I've met you 1,000 times before. I know what you're about. I know what you're about. I know how you lie. I know what you'll say to cover your ass. I know what you'll say to keep out of jail. So, I gotta keep playing along here. But you asked this of this child, and then she cries, and she realizes she knows what you're doing. The 10-year-old girl knows, oh my God, this guy he tried to do something bad to me. And then you tried to correct the situation by writing a letter to her?
To try to explain to her better
By
that's
trying to
not
explain
what
to her.
my intentions were.
Why wouldn't you go to her mother and say, man, I totally screwed up. I need your help with this. Maybe you and me could sit down with her. No, you write her a letter.
I'm not the type of person where I can speak my feelings.
You're
and
not the type
emotions.
of person who could speak your feelings. But you're the type of guy who could ask a 10-year-old for sex.
That's not what I was asking for.
Let's bring Gene back out.
You were afraid of my reaction.
Do you honestly
Back
think I
then?
would do that?
Back then, though, you were afraid of my reaction. What do you
'Cause I
think
know
my
how-
reaction's
I
going to
know
be right
how
now?
every
Why
little
did it
thing
take
you-
so long
you
for you
go
to
off the
tell me?
handle.
Why did it take so long for you to tell me?
Because I know every little thing that we try to talk about, you flip out no matter
You
what.
damn straight I'm
Even
going
the
to flip out.
smallest
That's
thing.
my daughter. I do everything. I'll take the shirt off my back for any one of these kids. I'll lay down on railroad tracks to save my kids. I'll do whatever it takes. And if you is what I got to go through, I'll plow through you like a...
So you know what? Plow through me.
Okay, see, this is the interesting part. You're here on the show because you have questions about the man that you live with, that you have children with, and the question is whether he sexually propositioned your daughter. He came here, took a lie detector test, and what does the guy do? What does it speak of a man that he runs away? You already see. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because I have to face the consequences. Oh, here he comes. Okay. Did you get a little burst of courage there? Now, Jason, you were given a lie detector test before the show, and you were asked, are you currently sexually attracted to Gene's daughter, the one in question? And you answered no. And the results she's 17 years old now, and the results for Jason's lie detector test is he told the truth.
What did he say?
He's not sexually attracted to her. But we also, get a few more questions here. Jason, you were asked on the night in question, do you have intentions of having sexual contact with Marie? You answered no. Have you ever had physical contact with Marie for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. Were you sexually attracted to Marie when she was 10 years old? You answered no. As an adult over the age of 21, have you had any sexual physical contact with a minor 16 years old or younger? You answered no. And the results for these questions on your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth.
I swear on my grandmother's grave I told the truth. I swear on my grandmother's grave I told the truth on that.
I swear on my grandmother's grave I spoke the truth.
Okay, and just, Gene, for your knowledge, this isn't a test that was administered once, administered twice, but administered 3 times. Now, again, Gene, when a grown man asks, in whatever capacity it is, drunk, sober, thinking, whatever, when he asks a 10-year-old, would you like to have sex with me? That guy is a pervert. He's a child molester.
I swear on my grandmother's grave
Trusted
I never
you.
wanted. I swear I never
Give me
wanted
back
to do that.
that your finger. It's a wrap, homeboy.
Can I go?
Yeah, you know what? It took some time, and I don't know why it took so long for this to come out, but you know what? Sometimes children are really scared about what happens to them, and they take years for it to come out. Anybody who's sick enough and deviant enough to that to ask a 10-year-old, you know what? You get the hell out of my studio, and I hope Gene never spends another night with you. Get the hell out of here. Now, Gene, your daughter's here. She's been in seclusion. Hold on, Gene, hold on one second. She's not been listening. She doesn't know. She hasn't heard anything. She hasn't. So this is your chance to talk to her. You said you are her best friend. Maybe now's the time to let her know. You know what? I'm going to stand by her side no matter what. I'm going to believe you.
I told her that already.
Okay? Do you want to go talk to her? All right, go talk to her.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I swear to God.
Arthur says he wasted no time calling my show after his wife, Haley, accused him of touching their 3-year-old daughter. This all began less than a week ago when Haley told Arthur that their daughter made the accusation, but he denies ever harming her. In fact, he believes Haley is fabricating this accusation so she can move another man into the house.
It didn't happen, Steve. I'm the one that drove her to the hospital. And as soon as I found out that CPS was called at the hospital, literally the nurse was having me watch my other 2 kids knowing that the allegations were against me out in the waiting room alone. And as soon as I found out they called CPS, I brought my kids to the room and gave them to my wife. And then I left the hospital because I already knew CPS was going to say and I couldn't be there.
So you denied the allegations?
Absolutely, 100%. And then also, she never texted me while I was at work. I didn't find out about this until it was literally a week ago, 7 days ago today, last Tuesday.
How did you find out?
I came home from work at 4:30 in the afternoon. And when I walked in the door, the first thing she said is, your daughter said something to me. And I looked at her and I said, what? Because I didn't know what was going on. And she said, well, she said that you brought her out on the porch and you cut her mouth. And then an hour and a half later, that's when she brought up, oh, well, she said other things. And then I asked her, what did she say? And then I didn't even know about the whole allegation.
But I mean, the police haven't come to you and said, hey, you're being accused of this.
No, actually, I went to the police.
And what did they do?
They came out to me. I actually called them when they were in the hospital. I found out they were at the hospital. Before they even went in the room and talked to my wife about it, I was on the phone to police station, finding out the investigator's name and setting up a time for me to talk to him and meet them that night.
And did you?
Yes, I did. At 3:30 in the morning, they met me at Walmart parking lot where I was sleeping in my car. I've been sleeping in my car for the last week.
And they didn't place you under arrest?
No, they did not. Matter of fact, they even set up another polygraph with the New York State Police tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at noon. I'm going to be taking another polygraph.
Why do you think you're being accused of this?
Honestly, see, because I think she wants to move in another guy. And the reason I say this is because literally, this happened last Tuesday, the allegation happened. Not even 3 days later, Thursday, she's texting me that she wants to move somebody in because she can't be alone in the house.
Because of this incident, has your wife said, I don't want to be married to you anymore? Or?
She's told me that she missed me, she wants me back, and then she even sent me a text message that like literally I told her that if she ever did this, that I would never want to talk to her or see her again. She told me a text message that I miss you so much that I've been thinking about calling CPS and just having them take the 3 kids so you can come back.
She texted
Yeah,
you
she
this.
texted me that.
Did you show my producers?
Yes, I did. I actually screenshotted it and sent it to the producers.
Okay. When's the last time you saw your wife?
We've been sharing the hotel room, actually.
Oh, you were in a hotel room together last night?
Yep.
Did you sleep with her?
We slept in the same bed, but nothing sexual.
Isn't it odd if she thinks that you molested her daughter that she's laying in the same bed with you?
Yes. Honestly, yes.
All right, let's find out. Let's meet Haley.
I have no reason to lie. I want you back and I love you. And the only reason that I said that is because I didn't eat, I didn't sleep for 2 days, and I was stressed out, and I felt like a failure as a mother. After what she's saying you did, I feel like a horrible mother. I feel like I can't even take care of them.
Well, if you have no reason to lie, then why just 2 days ago in the hotel you looked at me and said, well, now that I'm thinking about it, I might have possibly accidentally
Because I
coached
asked her all those questions. I asked her all those questions. But I never said, you know, Daddy did this. I never said, you know, what happened here. I didn't coach her about anything.
You coached her right in front of me.
I said that, but
On
you're the
Tuesday.
only person that she won't say it in front of. The only
Yeah, and
person.
your exact words to her is, what did you tell Mommy that Daddy did? That's considered coaching
When
because
she
you're putting my
told
name in her
CPS,
mouth.
when she told the forensic nurse, when she told the investigator, no one had to say, did Daddy do this? She said everything on her own. You're the only person that she won't say anything in front of.
Then why would you tell me that you possibly could have done it on accident?
Because I kept asking her the questions. I was freaking out.
Did you take her to the hospital?
Yes,
At what point? After you confront him?
Yes.
And immediately or when?
We argued about it for a while.
And then how long after, when you told him, did you take her to the hospital?
2-3 hours.
Okay, you go to the hospital and they did a rape kit on her?
Yes, they did.
Which is, you know, not standard. It's very invasive for, especially we're talking about a young child here.
It was horrible.
At that point, the hospital has a duty to inform authorities at this point, right?
Right, but I signed off because the first thing they did was call CPS, and they asked permission to sign it off to the police. They're like, do you want to do it? Or, you know, if you don't do it, CPS will do it. I was like, I'm fine with signing
Right, so you sign
the
off,
kid
CPS gets involved, police come,
Yes.
and what's going on with all that?
They questioned me, they questioned my daughter before we were discharged from the hospital.
And is there an open investigation into this?
Yes.
Okay. And they tell you anything, any forensic expert talk to your daughter, child forensic?
It was a forensic, they called in a forensic nurse.
And did the nurse believe that there was truth to what your daughter was saying?
With the story she told, yes.
Yes. Okay. Any chance that your daughter, it could have been somebody else other than Daddy?
She hasn't been around any other men alone in like 6 or 7 months.
Okay. Did you text him that you would, you say give up the kids? I want to make sure I phrase this properly.
She said that, in the text, she said that, she goes, I miss you so much, I want you home. I was actually even I was thinking about calling CPS and having the 3 kids go to foster care so that way you can come home.
Did you text that?
Very similar to that.
Oh,
and
God. Come on, okay. See, we were...
And my
Hold on, stop, and both of you stop. See, we were going down a road that both of you seemed kind of normal. When I hear that, I go, what? We asked you, are you planning to leave Arthur to be with another man? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
Kidding me? I got an independent.
Okay, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Nah. Okay. I know that might be upsetting, but that's low on the totem pole of things to be concerned about. You need to get back out here, Arthur.
Done. We're done.
Okay. Now, we are talking about something very serious here, okay?
Yes.
About the molestation of your child. You wanting to be with another man doesn't make you a bad person, okay? It does not. Marriages end all the time. But you need to be honest. You can't play the game of, oh, that's not true.
I told you if you wanted me gone, all you had to do is say so and I would have been gone.
Stop. I want you to tell me the truth. Do you want to be with somebody else?
I've thought about it in the past, but I want to be with him.
Why did you fail? Why did you fail?
No,
You want to be with me, why did you fail the
Maybe it's
test?
because I wanted to be with someone else in the past, but I don't currently. I want to be with you.
Oh, obviously it's in your mind still if you're failing the test.
But I don't even want to be here.
So
I want
we
to be
go-
with my kids.
Okay, so we go on to ask you another question. Are you lying when you say that your daughter told you that Arthur touched her sexually? And you answered no, and you told the truth. Okay, so which one is it? Is the test or is it the truth?
That is true.
Okay, so then they're both true. You can't pick one or the other.
Whatever. Then the first one's true.
Okay.
Everything's true.
Are you mocking?
No, I'm not mocking. I just don't know. I want to be with him. I don't know. Could it be because I want to be with someone else in the past?
Maybe you do want to be with him. But I think at some point when you were asking him about moving another man in, you wanted to move another man in. But who cares? This is the one that really matters.
Yes.
We asked Arthur, regarding your daughter, did you ever touch her in a sexual manner?
And I said no.
You answered no. And the result for your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth.
I didn't do it! Stop. No,
If you're going to prison.
Yeah, I didn't
Yes,
do
you
it.
are. Absolutely, you're
I didn't
gone.
touch my daughter.
You're never gonna see your kids again.
First of all, why did I bring her to the hospital to get checked out?
Because you're
why the hell
really,
would I call
really
the show?
good
Why
at
the hell?
supporting yourself and your stories.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking another test with state police tomorrow, too.
And you're gonna fail it too, and
No,
they're
I
gonna bring
won't.
you to prison.
Yeah, okay.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
No, whatever. Then why are we here? If you
Why are
weren't
we
gonna
here?
believe anything, then why are we here?
What's more concerning that should be for you than standing on my stage and failing my lie detector test? Your daughter, your 3-year-old little girl, said, Daddy put his penis on my vagina. Now he's going to take a lie detector test with the state police tomorrow. And I hope that you will, once you find those results, let us know, because we'd like to add those results with these results for our show. You're in big trouble, whether you know it or not. You are in some serious
I'm not in
hot
trouble.
water.
I didn't do it, so.
Okay, you keep feeling that way, and then
I'm going
write
to
me a
prove it
letter
tomorrow.
from
I'm going
prison
to prove
in a
it
couple
tomorrow.
years.
I'm going to prove it tomorrow. And what are you going to do?
You
Not
better-
post update when you see that it's not.
You
that
know
I
what
didn't
I'm
fail?
going to do? You want to know what
Yeah.
I'm going to do? I'm going to do nothing but update
Yeah.
the show. You have to prove that you didn't molest your daughter.
I am gonna
and
prove
with
it.
that, you can get the hell off my stage.
Okay. Yep.
You know, when it comes to love, sometimes we say and do stupid things. But even though you said some stupid things and maybe did some stupid things, you did the right thing when it came to your daughter. You said, he's out of the house. You went to the hospital. You got CPS. You got the police involved. And that's what your focus should be on. And that guy, you need to stop trusting anything about that guy at all. Okay? Good luck to you. Ed, hold on. And I seriously, when he gets done with taking that test, I want you to call my producers right away and let me know if he passed this state police test.
Yes,
Oh, you
I
do
will.
that for me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good luck. November 14, 2018, Stephanie's 2-month-old son appeared limp and lifeless. After calling 911 and administering CPR, the baby was rushed to 2 different hospitals. The following day, he died, and the death was ruled a homicide. As of this taping, a man has been arrested for first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. He is currently being held in jail without bond. But Stephanie thinks that the wrong person is locked up. She believes her ex-husband, Aaron, is the real murderer. But that's not all. She also believes that Aaron may have sexually been inappropriate with their daughters. Take a look.
It was important for me to call the show because I wanted to get some answers. I've been a grieving mother since my son died, and I feel like I've been stuck wondering. My ex brought my son to me lifeless. Everybody panicked. We all called the emergency hotline, and my son was rushed to the hospital. The next day, he ended up passing away. I ended up losing everything in a matter of seconds. My son's injuries was fractured skull, healing ribs, a ruptured spleen. There's probably possibly 5 to 10 different injuries, and I can't even remember them all off the top of my head. But the manner of the death was ruled as a homicide. I felt like my world ended. I felt like I lost a piece of me. He was only 2 months old. He had this face just lit up the room, the biggest eyes, beautiful little angel. They questioned my ex-boyfriend, they questioned my ex-husband, Aaron, they questioned my parents, my sister, every adult that was in the house that day. Just last week, my ex-boyfriend was arrested for first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse. There was a press conference, and I felt attacked because they wanted to call me a gutless mother, saying that I know something when I don't, and I feel like they've been trying to force me to come up with a story that I don't know of. I'm not saying that my ex-boyfriend is innocent. My ex-husband babysat my son earlier on that day, and I don't understand why he's not getting questioned and why he's not locked up either. And now I'm finding out that my daughters are being molested by my ex-husband, Aaron. I just want justice for my daughters and my son.
First off, I believe she's just trying to get the spotlight off her ex and onto me. She knows that I would never hurt my children. I would never touch them. I would never do anything to that child either. I raised him as my own, even though he wasn't my own.
What happened on November 14th of 2018?
November 14th, I was taking care of JJ, and he was feeling sick, and so I gave him a little bit of child's Tylenol, not very much. I gave him a lukewarm bath, which broke the temperature, and he was starting to feel better.
So on that day, I don't know what he was. Was it her husband or just a guy? Or?
Just boyfriend at the time, sir.
And they had this little guy. He comes home, and what happens?
At the time, I had put the son in the room with Stephanie in the bassinet. She had to take a phone call for something important, and he had gone in the room and gotten JJ and brought him outside, which I found kind of strange. I went outside after him just to make sure everything was okay. I had a cigarette. I was talking to him and JJ as well, and everything seemed fine. The baby was giggling. I had gone inside, and literally minutes later, he comes inside with the baby over his shoulder, and he passed me, and he passed the grandmother as well. It wasn't until he saw Stephanie in the hallway that he started saying the baby's not breathing. He handed the child over to Stephanie, and she didn't know what to do. So she had handed the limp child to me, completely lifeless, eyes dilated, and I did the best I could to do CPR on the child and keep him alive until first responders came.
So the child then gets taken to the hospital, and the autopsy reads, scattered bruising of the torso. Okay, you know, again, this is a 2-month-old baby, and it's got bruising all over its torso. Do you ever notice any bruising?
I didn't notice any bruising, and even on that day when I was taking care of him and giving him the bath.
Multiple hemorrhages, including back of the skull, brain damage, rib fracture, multiple healing rib fractures, which means ribs were broken before that day, extensive lacerations of the liver and spleen, bruising of the lower abdomen and pelvic, blood in the abdomen. The cause of death was blunt trauma, and they ruled it a homicide. Are you fabricating the story that Aaron is sexually touching your daughters? You answered no. You told the truth. Then we went on to ask you about the child abuse to your 2-month-old son that passed away. Did you ever strike or hit your 2-month-old son? You answered no. Have you ever witnessed your ex-boyfriend striking or hitting your 2-month-old son? You answered no. On November 14th, 2018, did you witness anyone hit or strike your 2-month-old son? You answered no, and those results came back all the same, and they came back that you told the truth. Aaron, you came here and took a lie detector test, and we broke it down to 3 different sections. Molest with 2 different daughters, and then the child abuse. We asked you, did you, this is for the youngest of your daughters. Did you ever show your younger daughter pornographic images? You answered no. Did you ever have contact with your younger daughter for your own sexual gratification or pleasure? And both those results came back that you told the truth. Aaron, then we go on to ask you about your older daughter. And we asked you, did you ever show your older daughter any pornographic images? You answered no. You told the truth. Did you ever touch your older daughter's breasts for your own sexual gratification or pleasure? You answered no. You did not tell the truth. So you failed for sexually touching your oldest daughter. You want to share your feelings on that, Aaron?
I've never touched her.
Okay. But you did.
I would never hurt my child like that.
Then we went on to ask you about the child abuse. Did you ever strike Stephanie's baby? And you answered what?
No.
Yeah. You answered no. On November 14, 2018, did you strike Stephanie's baby?
No.
You answered no. And the results came back the same to each one of those questions, and it came back that you did not tell the truth.
I never hurt that child. I took good care of him.
I'll get you!
Just tell me the truth. When you go to prison, I'll put something on your commissary books for you. I promise. You want to give me some truth?
I have nothing that I recollect doing that was wrong.
You recollect? What does that mean?
I don't remember ever striking a child.
Do you ever remember blacking out?
There's been times where I blacked out when I drank when I was
watching the baby.
Younger.
How about when you were watching the baby?
Not that I remember.
Well, now we know what kind of line of defense you're going to use. And with that, you can get the hell off my stage. The day after her wedding, Naira was shocked when her daughter came to her limping and in pain. When she asked her what was wrong, her daughter told her that her new husband, Carlo, had been coming into her bedroom at night and molesting her and her sister. Naira, what's going on?
Steve, we was getting the kids out the car. My youngest daughter, she didn't want to go in. She didn't want to, walk to the door. Once they got in the room, my older daughter called me to the back room and told me to come here, that my younger daughter was hurting. So I went back there and, my younger daughter was holding herself, saying that her legs and her stomach was hurting. She was holding herself. I picked her up, I hugged her. I let her know it was okay, you know what I'm saying, to talk to me. She then said, Mom, I'm hurting, I'm hurting. I asked her, what's wrong? She said, Carlos touched me. She was like, he touched me. I was like, he touched you here? She was like, he touched me here. And I knew then, that that something, you know, had went on. I went to immediately call the police, and he was arrested. Well, he was taken down for questioning.
When was this?
The day after our wedding.
How long ago was that?
About a month ago.
A month ago. How long did you know Carlo before you got married?
We was together 2 years.
2 years.
I was pregnant with my son when we met. He was he was everything. He was good. I thought that he loved me. And all the time, he was manipulating, lying.
Was he arrested or just taken down for
He was
questioning?
just taken down for questioning, but later released. They said that because they had no evidence, because they had no physical. After we went to the hospital, there was no physical.
So you took your girls to the hospital, and what did the doctor say?
Steve, when we made it there, my 6-year-old said that he not only touched my 3-year-old, she was hurting at the time, but my 6-year-old said that when I go to sleep, that my husband come in their room. He touches them and things while I'm asleep.
So, but the doctor didn't see any physical evidence?
No physical evidence.
Okay.
But she said that didn't mean that it didn't happen.
Oh, of course not, because you can obviously molest a child and not leave any damage. So is the investigation still open against Carlo?
It's still open, and Carlos have a no-contact order. We are in separate homes.
Okay. After you told him about the accusations of what your daughter, how did he respond to that?
Saying that he didn't touch him and he'll never do it, and you know, just making up everything in the world. And I know he's lying. I know he's lying.
But before these accusations came out, how was your relationship with Carlo?
It was wonderful. I thought I had met the man of my life. He took me, swept me off my feet. A great provider, a great caregiver. You know, he was just good in every way. A gentleman, non-violent, don't go out much, work, come home. He was just too perfect. He was too perfect, Steve. It was just always something in the back of my mind, like, what flaw do he have?
This is your husband that you're separated from now. In fact, you have an order for him to stay away.
No contact.
Okay, let's meet him. Here's Carlo.
Nah, I ain't never touch your kid. I don't know why you thinking it.
You know why? Because you lying.
I ain't got no reason to lie.
You
we
is
just got
lying.
married. What I want to touch your kids for and mess up our relationship.
You.
I
I
love
brought
you
you
too.
in my house. I trusted you. Why
Why you
would they
think I
lie,
wanna touch
though?
your
Why would
kids,
they
though?
lie? Why would they lie?
They don't want us to be together. That's
No,
why
I done had
think.
plenty of boyfriends before you. Why you? Why you?
Cause I ain't like your other boyfriend. That's why.
Because you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, why wouldn't the little girls want a good guy in their life?
I don't know. They ain't used to it, I guess. I don't know. I ain't touch her kids.
But,
though.
I mean, does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
If you come into her life, she says she was crazy about you, you have no faults, she loves you. These are little girls. They're not teenage girls.
They're not lying.
Where they could say, oh, you know, she just got divorced, oh, we love our dad, this new guy. No, that's not the case at all here. These are little girls. Why would they not want their mom to be happy? If they see she's happy, what are they being devious, making this up?
I guess so. All I can say is that they don't really know what they saying. They don't know how serious this is. They heard her telling me, warning me not to touch her kids.
No,
so they
that's
took
not
and
true.
ran with it.
What happened at the police station when the police took you down there?
And then they just questioned. That's it.
And,
You my side
and
of
they
the story.
released you?
Yup.
And they didn't charge you?
Nope. They say I gotta wait for them to take it to the court.
That's why we're here today.
Yeah, because I can't wait no long.
So they said there's a follow-up investigation?
Yeah,
Okay. And you still want to be with your wife?
Yeah, we just got married. I ain't married her for nothing.
It seemed like he did. He lied. He manipulated. Steve, he knew me down pat. I go to sleep at a certain time. I'm a house-body woman. I don't go out much. I don't drink, don't do anything. He knew. It seemed like he married me, Steve. Like I said, to get to my daughters, there's no telling how long it's been going on. Carlos, he's a manipulator and a liar. He's a monster undercover, if you ask me. I believe my girls in everything
We
they
was
say.
already together, Steve. Why I gotta marry her just to get to her kids?
Yeah,
we
because he
already
got comfortable
together.
with it. He got comfortable with it, thinking I'm slow or I'm stupid, and got comfortable with it, thinking that you could get away with it. That's what you thought.
Do you want to tell your story on the Steve Wilkos Show? Visit the link in the description to get my help. Are you nervous at all that you might fail this test?
No, he's a monster. He don't care. He walked all the way up here.
I ain't do nothing
Steve,
to her.
fail this test.
I brought her up here.
To tell me
so I can get it on now, because I can't wait.
I believe he's lying, Steve. I believe those innocent girls. He is lying.
Let's find out. Have you ever had any deliberate sexual physical contact with either of Naira's daughters? You answered no, and the result for your lie detector test is that you, Carlo, did not tell the truth.
I did tell I knew it.
Ain't true, man. That's not true, Steve. On everything, I ain't trust that girl kid. And her wife, and her told her that I was telling the truth. Man, I did not trust that girl kid, man. That ain't real, man. Oh, God, that ain't real, man. Oh, God, that lie detector ain't real. Man.
Okay.
But I done came all the way down here for y'all to sit here and tell me I'm lying. Like that lie detector test must not be real.
So you're the first person that came all the way down here and got blown out.
Look at Steve, I swear to God, touch that girl kids, man. I just came down here for y'all to tell me this lie detector test real and they saying I'm lying.
Do you know? Hold on. We didn't do anything.
So y'all think I brought her down here
to lie to me.
That's right.
You know you didn't tell the truth.
I could have.
Tell the truth, it's out now.
I could have paid
$450.
Okay.
You gonna steal last out now? I'm your wife.
I'm not lying.
I'm your wife. You gonna lie to me?
I'm not lying, man. I promise you I'm not lying. Naira, what I marry you for? You think I did all this for nothing?
I knew you was lying.
All these females in Jackson, I can have whoever I want, man, in Jackson, man. Y'all crazy.
You
think I want to touch on your kids?
You're sick. You're sick and you're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Man, y'all just, that can't be real.
Oh, yeah.
My life ain't real, man.
You going?
That ain't real, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. Not real.
We gonna give you every time.
Not real,
you going to jail. You was a liar and you've been doing it and you've been getting away with it. Ain't no telling how long you been in my house touching my kids. I knew you were lying.
I can't believe that said I was lying, though,
you
man.
Know you lying. You know you lying.
I'm like, look at, man, I don't want her to be like that. See, man, telling them I'm lying. I am not lying about none of this, man.
Why we're saying you're lying is because you failed the lie detector test.
How can I fail the lie detector test?
Because you probably weren't telling the truth.
I am telling the truth. I promise you I'm telling the truth, Steve. I wouldn't have came down here and embarrassed myself like this.
What is a fact? Before you ever came on this show, before you ever came on this show, there are two small girls saying that you touched them.
You a sick bastard.
Man, that don't make no sense.
You're going to jail, baby.
How
long you want to talk? You're lying, and the day it comes out, and you ain't going nowhere but to jail, baby.
I believe it.
To jail, baby.
Nah, man. I ain't going to no jail.
I pray they do more to you.
I ain't going to no jail.
I pray they do more to you. You hear me? Oh, you going to jail?
Man, I should never.
I should have paid
$450 for this.
You know, in this case, a lot of these cases are solved not by physical evidence, but by forensic interview with children. The police, when they question two little girls, and they say specifically what you did to them, that will be the evidence.
And this one is gonna come out, because this ain't real. This is not real.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You're a liar.
We gonna see then.
It's real.
I'm gonna make sure they don't get that stuff to court.
You say this isn't real, but let me.
I already touched them, Steve, so it can't be real.
So when you go,
I have to touch them to be lying.
So when you go back home, you Google convictions from the Steve Wilkos show, and how many guys, when they left this show and said, "Oh, it's not real," and they're doing 10 to 15 years in jail for molesting children.
I molest some children.
And you go ask them if this is real. Okay?
Oh, man. I swear to God, I ain't listening. Man,
you keep, that's right.
Real,
keep
man.
protesting and get the hell off my stage. I want to talk to you, and you can come back too if you want for a second.
He say tell the truth about that part. She gonna sit here and tell me I'm lying about that part. Me telling them everything. That girl, no, she was saying that, man. Kept on warning me.
What you said on stage,
listen.
you said you're a narcissist who said, I can get any woman I want.
I can, so why do I have to touch a child? It's so many women out here in this world,
Because you think that you can
Steve.
do whatever you want.
No.
You got with this woman.
Not with no kids, Steve. I'm telling you. Not with no kids, man. Not with no kids. Now gone, man. Y'all ain't finna sit and tell me that.
Get the out of my studio.
Oh, God,
I'll right in jail.
He did it, Lord.
Okay. Listen. The good thing is your daughters probably stopped it real soon after that, okay? And you didn't do anything wrong, and you've done everything right. As soon as you found out, you did the right thing as soon as you were told. Now the police are involved, and this is one more piece of evidence for you to go back and get him convicted, okay? You're gonna put that guy in jail for a long time, all right?
He won't touch nobody else's. He won't be out to touch nobody else's.
And we'll help you in any way we
Please,
can.
Steve,
okay?
help me.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Oh, my God.
Jay says he served 10 years for a crime he did not commit. And he still feels like a prisoner to this day because he's a registered sex offender for life. He was convicted of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, and the victim was an underage girl. But according to Jay, the victim paid him $800 to be her stand-in boyfriend. And now he says he's paying the price for the rest of his life. Take a look.
He told me he was a sex offender the first night before he even came into my home. He told me the whole backstory of what had happened, that he was put in prison for a decade for false accusing of rape on a 14-year-old. The girl framed him and lied and made up this huge story, and he got a decade in prison.
Jay, let's start from the beginning. In 2006, what happened?
So in 2006, my life changed. And I was at Dollar General doing shopping like I always do. And I noticed this girl staring at me. So I quickly did my shopping, I got done, I went and I left. She followed me and sat there, came up, started hitting on me, flirting with me, and said, I'm 18. I don't need no one else's permission to sit there and talk to somebody. Well, so I'm like, well, why'd you come up to me? Well, my family doesn't like my boyfriend, and I want to pay you $800 to be my stand-in boyfriend. Out of the blue, I get a call saying that I'm being accused of rape.
It's the police calling you?
Yes.
And what happens?
They show up at my door, they barge in. I'm asleep. I wake up, I'm confused, I'm scared, like, what's going on? They handcuff, shackle me, drag me out of my house, take me to the headquarters, throw me into an interrogation room.
So they arrested you?
Yes.
Okay.
They throw me into an interrogation room.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I was guilty. By them, I was guilty.
So they were questioning you?
Yes.
Okay.
And they stuck her affidavit in front of me and
what did the
coerced me
affidavit say?
that I did this.
Okay. And what were you saying?
I didn't do this. I was innocent.
And then you were about to say the cops did what?
They coerced me into giving a confession because they sat there and told me that this wasn't good enough. They balled it up, threw it in the trash.
And what was your confession?
Not once, not twice.
What was your confession?
But 4 times, Steve.
What was your confession?
That I did it.
You said, yeah, I did it.
Yeah,
You wrote down on a piece of paper.
They threatened me.
What
to
did they
throw
threaten
me.
you with?
They threatened to throw me in a jail cell and tell everybody that I raped a girl and had me killed.
So they did that regardless, even if you signed a confession, right?
Exactly.
So if they were going to do that regardless, why wouldn't you stick to your story and say, I didn't do it?
Because I was scared.
When you go in front of a judge, he goes to you, did you do this? You're accepting 5 to 10, you're pleading guilty. Did you do it?
Yes.
And you said, yes, Judge, I did it. Why wouldn't at that time you say, hey, Judge, I'm being railroaded here. This public defender's not serving my best interest. The cops coerced me.
Because I was afraid, Steve.
Of the judge, too?
No, of what the public defender would have done.
Yeah,
to
but
me.
at this point, don't you want to be a free man?
Yes.
Don't you say, Judge, they're screwing me, man.
But in the same sense,
I mean, here's the thing. If they come and lock me up right now, they walk into here and they go, we're locking you up, Steve Wilkos, because you robbed a bank. Well, I know I didn't rob a bank. There's got to be no evidence of me robbing a bank. And if they said, you know, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, I'm like, no, man, I didn't rob a bank. You ain't got no evidence. I'm pleading innocent.
But still, to this day, I still get harassed because I'm not free.
Because you pled guilty. You pled guilty to being a sex offender. That's why you're being harassed. People don't like sex offenders. People don't like men or women that commit crimes against children. Because you know why? Children aren't defenseless. Anything you want to say to each other?
No, I didn't do it, baby.
I believe you.
I'm sticking strong. Your kids love me.
Yes, they do.
Your family love me.
Yes, they very much do.
I did not do this. I did not do this. I did not do this. I don't care if you don't believe me.
I don't. I mean, I can't even fake it. I don't believe you. Maybe, and I'll be embarrassed if you pass the test, okay? Because I think I'm a pretty good judge of knowing how a story goes. This one, I can't even pretend to believe the story. So my question to you is, and I don't think I'm the smartest guy in the world, but like, I know when I hear it, why are you believing this story?
Because he told me straight out, I didn't have to find out from another source or...
Yeah, but you, no matter what, eventually you would have found out.
Yes, I would have.
And better, he comes up front and tells you, hey,
yes.
I just, you know, because there's a big 10-year period of my life I can't explain for, right?
Right.
Okay. Did you have sexual intercourse with that 14-year-old girl? He answered no. And the result for his lie detector test is that Jay did not tell the truth.
No, listen. I did not do this. You know I did not do this, babe.
I'll tell you something. I don't know if this is going to work out or not. I don't know, and it's your decision. But I would reconfigure that story if I were you. I would come up with a much different story. Something that, you know, somebody that could possibly believe in. Because the story that you're telling and trying to sell, that story sucks. And you suck for sleeping with the 14-year-old. You're and you want to still stand on the stage and try to convince this innocent person that didn't do anything, that is putting up with your as a registered sex offender. People are trying to hit her with their cars because of what you did. And you want to still stand on my stage and pretend you didn't do anything? Here's your chance. Here is your chance. How much do you love her? Do you love her enough to tell her the truth? Do you?
Yes.
Well, then tell her the truth.
Tell me from back there.
I messed up.
So why didn't you tell me that the first night?
I was afraid.
What? That I wouldn't let you in? That I wouldn't let you near anyone? Or what? Tell me.
I was afraid you weren't gonna accept me for who I was.
Don't you think I would have accepted you better if you told me the truth?
Yes. I should have. And I...
Yeah, you should have.
I second guessed it, and I messed up. I made
Sorry, the bull crap I went through.
I made a huge mistake.
So, Sarah, I want you to ask him a question right now. I want it to come from you. Did you sleep with that 14-year-old?
Did you sleep with her?
Yes. I made a big mistake.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was afraid.
What, that I wouldn't sleep with you? That I wouldn't let you near my daughter?
I made a mistake.
Is that why you wanted to get close to me? Is because of my daughter?
No. 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 That's not true.
Well, I can't believe crap that comes out of your mouth.
I'll say this. 10 years is a big price to pay to have sex with a 14-year-old. It ain't worth it. 10 years of your life to have sexual intercourse with a 14-year-old. That's a big price to pay. You won't be able to tell stories anymore because anybody watches the show knows that you did it, but what's going to happen? And I don't know if you can make a total decision, but you tell me, what do you think is going to happen when you walk off the stage? Is it over?
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
At 5 years old, I do remember being touched as a child by only one person, and that was my father. There was a family member who left me at home alone with my father on that day. After he got done touching me, I do remember going across the hall, and from there, that's when it started to become a blur. I do remember my dad being arrested. I do remember going to the ER. As a 5-year-old, I had to testify against my own father. That was not easy, because he was my dad. He was supposed to be there to protect me. So my father did 18 months for molesting me. Didn't have no contact with him after he got out. So my children and I ended up moving into a different city. We had a very big tornado. My father reached out to me that night, called me to let me know that he was there for me. When I picked up the phone and heard that it was my father, that I have not spoken to or seen in 30 years, it was a shock. My father is adamant about he didn't touch me. He's always said that he has not touched me, that it was not him. When I hear him say it, I almost believe him, but there's that little part of me that doesn't. And I have forgiven my father for what he done. I haven't never forgotten. That'll never leave my mind. But I can honestly say that I do love my father, and I do want this relationship to continue and to work out. I just want it to be over. I'm tired of hearing, oh, well, you're not telling the truth. Oh, well, he's not telling the truth. I don't know what the truth is. I know what my truth is. I know what I remember. There's something that's deep down inside me that thinks that it might be true, that my father was the one that touched me. It wasn't this other family member. And it's going to crush my heart. If he passes his test, that would be wonderful, because then I wouldn't have no doubt in my mind. It's been 30 years. I'm done. I just want to know the truth.
Well, I contacted the show, Steve, because I've been with this man 18 years. And from the beginning, he has told me, you know, the situation and what has happened. And so I, at first, was concerned, you know, because I have children, grandchildren, that I have to
You had children when
protect.
you met him?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were older, you know, teenagers, but still a concern. It's your children. You have to protect them. In my heart of hearts, I don't think that he's capable of doing anything like this, but I wasn't there when it happened, so I'm unsure, you know, as anybody would be.
So when you start dating him, you said you've been with him for 18 years.
Yes, sir.
So you were a young woman.
Yes.
So you start dating this guy, and he says to you, by the way, I did 18 months in jail for molesting my daughter.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't that cause you concern?
Yes, it does. I was concerned at first. I didn't have my children around him because I was unsure of whether he did or didn't do this to his child.
But then you ended up marrying him. How long after you started dating him did you get married?
It was at least 6 years.
6 years, so a long time. And then, and he treated your kids well, I assume?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. When he said he did the time, did he admit doing it?
No, sir. When he told me he done the time, from the story I've gotten, he has always said that he didn't do this, that it was another family member.
Did you ask him why you took a plea?
No, sir. I never thought about asking that question, truthfully honest.
Really? I mean, that'd be the first question I'd ask somebody. I mean, if you, nobody wants to go to prison, right?
No, sir.
And like, it's a big fear of mine, you know what I mean? Like, I think everybody. So why would you plead guilty to something where you know you're gonna go to prison? If you didn't do it,
Right.
wouldn't you fight and be like,
I would
especially,
fight if it was me. You know,
right, and
I
this is, and
understand
not
that.
only that, this is not just pleading to a crime like, hey, I robbed the bank. This is you destroyed your own child. You are going to go to jail. You're not going to have any more contact with your little daughter.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't that strike you as very odd?
It is. I mean, after being with him so long and getting to know the person that he is, I truthfully don't believe that he's capable.
Okay. You know, unusual story here. You had a little girl a long time ago. You're at work, I assume, when you...
I work or riding a bicycle.
Okay, you come home and you're accused of assaulting your 5-year-old daughter.
Yes.
And you go to court and you take a plea.
Right.
And you go to jail for 18 months.
Right.
And she's out of your life until recently when your current wife tracks her down and finds her.
Right.
Okay. So the obvious question is, why would you take a plea when you say you didn't? Did you do this?
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it?
No, sir.
Why would you take a plea?
The reason I took the plea is I didn't have a lawyer. I ain't rich. I'm poor.
You didn't have what?
I didn't have no, the lawyer didn't have no proof that I did or didn't.
Right.
Okay. So the judge sentenced me. I took
Yeah,
it.
because you said, I'm pleading guilty to this crime.
I didn't have no choice.
What do you mean you didn't have a choice?
Nobody would listen to me. I didn't have a lawyer to stand up for me.
And I understand, and listen, I'm not naive to think that every case is on the up and up and people do get railroaded. I do understand that. But this is your own daughter we're talking about.
Right.
And if
That's
you
the
didn't
reason
do
it
it,
hurts.
when the judge says, hey, did you do this? Do you know that you're pleading guilty? Why don't you say, no, I didn't do it?
That's what I told the judge. I didn't do it.
And he said, nah, you pled. I'm giving you the 18 months in jail.
Basically, yeah.
And
that's
how
right.
was that? Like, you don't get to see your kids? I mean, I can't
It's
imagine
crazy.
one day
It
not being
hurts.
able to see my kids anymore.
Yeah, it hurts. You can't see your kids. You can't tell them what really went on or your point of view of what went on.
Did you ever try to get in touch with your kids?
I did one time.
And?
And she practically jumped in my arms, walked up to the apartment, told them I was there not to have no conflicts or anything. And after that, I left and stayed gone. I didn't want them thinking I was a violent person or anything like that. So.
And did you then have a relationship?
No, I didn't really have no relationship until I got older and found me.
And what's your relationship with Beth like now?
It's slow. I mean, she says she doesn't remember much. We've talked. And, right
All right,
now,
well, I mean, I certainly hope for your sake, Patrick, that you're telling the truth because
me too.
I would hate for you to victimize your daughter twice.
Right, I love you.
I love
want
you
this
too.
I want this to come out where we know what both of us.
Yeah, we do.
You know, I've done my time, and I want you to know, if I did do this, I'm definitely sorry. Y'all got me all mixed up. I'm getting mixed up.
Nobody's saying anything right now.
I'm just saying.
What's that?
I'm just saying, if I come.
Okay. But how is there an if in that equation? How is there an if in there?
If I'm talking about the lie detector test. If I'm.
I know, but
that's what
there
I'm
shouldn't be
saying,
an if. Like I said, that's why I'm a little concerned about even giving you this lie detector test. Why I'm concerned about you talking with your daughter on my stage, because if you fail this lie detector test, I almost feel like you're victimizing her all over again. Why did you choose to allow your father to come back into your life if you know what he did to you?
Because as a child, when I was going through this, I got the help that I needed to stand here today in front of you and everybody to tell my story. My kids are at the age to where they can make their own decisions. I've made my decisions, regardless of what anything comes out today. I'm still gonna have a relationship with my father. because as a child growing up, he was never there for me. He didn't protect me like he was supposed to. And from other people. And he's the only grandfather that my kids have left. And I just want it to be done.
How long has he been back in your life?
For like the last 6 months.
And and I know there's some distance because of what this has happened, but overall, are you happy that your father's come back into your life?
Yes, actually I am. Because my kids have a grandparent that...
How was he with your children?
He's great with my boys.
Do you leave him alone with them?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know you're a victim, and I really need to walk a line with you. I understand that. But why would you do that?
Because my children are at the age to where they can open their mouths and they can tell me.
But so are you. All right, I mean, Patrick, I don't know if we've ever done a show with anything more on the line here. You know what I mean? Like, this is no joke, what you're doing right now. Do you want me to read these?
It's got to come out.
Patrick, you came here and took a lie detector test. We asked your dad, when Beth was around 5 years old, did you cause any injury to her private area? He said no.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You'll never get to see your grandkids again. I'm done.
I will allow you, you'll be able to talk to her, but I first want to know what your husband has to say.
I didn't do it. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay. See, that's the way it was in the court.
This isn't the court.
I know. It's the same way.
And we're working with you.
Why? After all these years, you kept telling me it was not you, it was somebody else. Why?
I did not.
Why? Yeah, you did it. Prove it.
You either keep living a lie and destroy everybody around you and destroy whatever good feeling or feeling of caring that they have for you, right? Yeah. Or you admit the truth. Unburden yourself of a lifetime of hiding a secret.
That's the thing. I am admitting the truth, but everybody calls me a liar.
Good reason for it, right?
If they want me to say it, yes, I did molest her. I'm sorry.
You know what? You should tell.
I've told myself 100 times this way.
Well, whatever you want to tell yourself so you could sleep at night is a lot different than what actually happened and what you need to tell your daughter and your wife. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand it.
You know,
but you're gonna keep going down swinging with I didn't do anything.
Because I did.
Anything you want to say to him before I throw his ass off my stage?
I want him to be truthful with me. I want answers.
Well, here's the chance. Your wife's asking for the truth. She gets it or not?
If you want me to say I molested her, baby, I did. I'm sorry.
I want the truth. I don't want you to just say it because you feel like you need to say it.
Because I told you all what I know. They're still calling me a liar.
You took the test 5 times.
Right.
5.
Yes, 5
How
times.
did you fail it 5 times if you're telling the truth?
I don't know if it's a nervous thing or what.
Nervous.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm done with you. Get the hell off my stage. And whatever you choose to do when you leave the stage, whatever happens with your father, he did something really bad to you a long time ago. But today, he did something really bad to you again. He's making you live through this again. He won't admit to you the truth. He won't give you the truth. And you deserve better than that. And like I said, this is your life. You choose to live with whatever you want and whoever's going to be in your life. All I would say, though, is if you let your father be part of your life, I would have 15 people around all the time.
I'm here to stand up for my 4-year-old granddaughter. I want to protect her. A lot of things going on for her right now. I suspect that she's been sexually molested, and I think the molester is her own father. Started out at 6 months old. I went to change her diaper one day, and her private area looked like it had been fondled. And it's been a continuous thing. At 1-year-old, she was put in for another infection. She's been every 6 months. She's always been very sexually explicit about herself. She would get naked and show other people her private parts. And she's been doing this since she was tiny. At 3 years old, the sexual activity from her was getting worse and worse.
Didn't anybody say, like a doctor say, hey, this child we're suspecting? And so when a doctor says, I'm suspecting that this child is being abused, what's happening next?
The pediatrician at that time was talking about good touch, bad touch. And she told the pediatrician, well, the bad man sleeps in my daddy's bed.
You as a grandmother, you suspect this and you think he's doing this and this has all been going on and doctors are saying this. What has your daughter done?
She's been severely battered by him in the past. He has hit her with a car. He has thrown a 20-ounce full pop bottle and hit her in the back with it. He has choked her. He has put her against the wall. He has tried to kick out the car window on the driver's side door when she was 7 months pregnant.
But you, okay, maybe you don't have the fight for yourself, but you let your 4-year-old daughter be abused by somebody and you don't put up a fight? You don't say anything?
That's right. I have not taught this child anything like that.
Have you been accused of that?
Yes.
By who?
I'm sure by Randy.
Why are you going to sit there and say I'm saying all this stuff?
Don't get with me,
no,
man.
You need to be quiet. Listen.
No, you
I
shut
ain't
your
saying
damn
nothing.
pie hole.
No, I ain't doing
Shut up.
I don't know why you sit there and keep saying
Prove
that
it
I'm
to
doing
me.
so.
Prove
Hey,
it
I
to
already
me.
have. I got a
Prove
lie
it to
detector
me.
test. That's the proof right there.
Go
You
ahead.
already know.
Go
Because
ahead.
why you going to
Prove
keep
it
on
to
sitting
me.
there and saying that I'm doing stuff to my kid?
If you're not doing it, who is?
No, you are. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Do you believe that somebody's molesting your daughter?
I don't know what's going on. I would love to find out.
What do you mean you don't know what's going
I don't know.
on? Are you her father?
Yes, I am.
Then
her
why
father.
don't you know what's
I did,
going
'cause
on?
I took it to the
Why
doctor.
don't you know what's
I took
going
it to the
on?
doctor.
Well, then
I
what
took it to the doctor. He said that he didn't know what was going on. He said that there was infection, yes, but there was no penetration or anything like that, saying that nobody actually...
Did any doctor ever voice his concern that, man, maybe your doctor?
No.
So she's making that up?
What? I did take her to the doctor. I was there with my wife, and you know I
Jessica.
was. Was you there? No.
Ask Jessica.
I was there with her. Me
You
and
ain't
my
been
wife.
there every time?
Yes, I have.
You were there last time. That's right. And you sat in the truck when she took her in, right?
Why doesn't she like you?
I don't think she's trying to sit there and break me and my wife up. Me and my wife, well, you know, we had a bad relationship at one time, and I left. Because we were arguing all the time, you know, and I couldn't deal with it no more.
Were you physically violent with your wife?
No.
Be the truth, man.
No.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. You liar. You
So
liar.
you never put your hands on her? You never ran her over with the car?
No.
You ever hear about your daughter talking about the bad man?
Yeah, I have.
And that doesn't give you concern as a
Yes, it
father?
did give me
What,
concern.
a little girl is talking about the bad man? How,
Yes.
how does she get that in her head?
I don't know. And
Did
I've
you
been trying to
investigate this?
Yes, I mean, I've been trying to figure it out. I talked to her.
How did you try to figure it out?
By talking to her, asking her who the bad guy was. You know, where is the bad guy, you know?
How you doing, Jessica?
Good.
You're 3 months pregnant?
Yep.
You want to sit down and make yourself comfortable?
No, I'm kind of nervous.
You're kind of nervous?
Yeah.
Why are you nervous?
I know somebody's been messing with my daughter.
You know that somebody's been messing with your daughter?
The way that she puts things to me.
You know what? Just for the concern for your unborn child, why don't you have a seat? Is your husband's behavior, do you feel ever strange with your daughter?
Yeah.
And why do you feel that it's strange?
It's just, he acts really, really protective of her. I mean, not to the protective like a father is, but like he has to be around her 24/7. And, you know, just be right there with her.
Who do you think is touching your daughter?
I'm hoping it's not him, but that's the person I'm thinking it is.
So you believe that it is your
Yeah.
husband touching your daughter like that?
I woke up, I heard something like it was weird kissing
type noise. And I sat there and I listened for about 10 minutes. And I rolled over. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he said, "He's in bed." I said, "I know that." I said, "What are you doing?" And I didn't get an answer. So I asked him about 2 or 3 days later, and he said that he was sucking his teeth.
You know what, Jessica, here's the problem I got. If you wake up and you hear a sound that something's running through your head and it doesn't sound right, and you know your daughter's in bed, why wouldn't you get up, turn the lights on, and say, "What the hell is going on?" Has your daughter ever said that Daddy did this to me?
Yes, she has. And she said that Daddy makes her tutu feel good in the bathtub.
Your daughter says Daddy makes her tutu feel good in the bathtub.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was from just, him washing her from the bathroom.
No, you know what? No 4-year-old is saying that no matter what. I mean, unless there's something very inappropriate going on. You hear the story, and there's certainly some irresponsibility on your part. There's some real lack of parenting skills or concern for your own child. I'm sorry, there is.
There's no doubt, but I'm taking a
Hold
step
on.
for that.
But I hear the story, and your husband comes on, he never mentions any of this. And you're saying, your mother's saying it, that your daughter's saying these things, these horrible things that are happening, and she's acting inappropriately. You're saying it, and he's saying, "Hey man, it's a bar of soap, and that's the only problem here." You're afraid to confront him, you're afraid to call the police. What can he possibly do that you would take action?
I need to see it for my own,
But you have seen it. Your daughter is saying Daddy's touching me, he's making me feel good down there. Why in the world would you sleep with him and get pregnant again?
I was just doing what I thought I was supposed to do as a wife.
If you really thought that, if you were doing what you thought you should do to be a wife, then I say, how come that's not your thought process as a mother? Have you ever touched your daughter for sexual gratification? And you answered?
No.
Have you ever touched your daughter in a sexual manner?
No.
Have you ever made your daughter touch you in a sexual manner?
No.
Were you touching your daughter in a sexual manner while Jessica was in bed with you?
No. And
the results for your lie detector test is that, Randy, you did not tell the truth.
Oh.
No, don't run. Don't run. Don't run off stage. You know what? I didn't even have to get to your lie detector test.
I don't care about your lie detector test.
I do.
It's not
And
true.
you know what? Maybe your wife now does. Maybe your mother-in-law does. Maybe your sister-in-law does. And maybe now somebody finally will pick up the phone and call 911.
That is not true.
Does your daughter get a chance to run? Does your daughter get a chance to run?
I ain't doing nothing to my daughter.
Well, why can't you pass the damn lie detector test then?
That mother. I ain't doing nothing to my kid.
Right? Everything that you
I ain't
do,
doing nothing to my kid. I am not doing nothing to my kid.
Everything that you do as a father, everything that you explain is a guilty man.
I am not guilty. I am not doing nothing to my kid.
And you're the worst father. You take action.
I take care of my
you
kid.
keep saying that to me, but you know what? You can say that all you want to me.
I'm not doing nothing to my kid.
I'm not being accused of anything with my children. You're the one that accused, and you're the one failing a lie detector test result.
But I ain't doing nothing to my kid. Doing nothing.
Get the hell out of here. Get us out of here. Dirtbag. May you rot now. Somebody before the show asked me, is this real?
Yeah.
Is this real? Are these actors?
No.
You tell me, is this real?
No, this heartbreak, this family.
This guy back here who runs backstage, and if he says the F word long enough and loud enough, it's going to make all his problems go away, going to make everything right in his life? Is it real? Is that guy back there real?
That's what he always does, he runs.
Grandma, you took the first step, you did the right thing, you did something. A few days after this show, we received this email, and I wanted to share it. Steve, I would like to thank you for all your help. We have taken the next step as far as we can go for now. There is a personal protection order against Randy, and he is to have no further contact with my granddaughter until Child Family Services has conducted their investigation. Furthermore, she will have to go through a forensics exam and a full physical. It's going to take a minute to get on top of things, but we will let you know whatever else comes up. Thank you again for all your help in opening Jessica's eyes for us. We will keep in contact. Thanks, Christina and Jackie.
Well, the night my husband, Scotty, we got together, we was lying in bed, and I asked him, I said, well, why do you have to see a probation officer? He says, well, I can't tell you right now. When the time is right, I'll tell you. One night, he let it slip and said what he was in trouble for. He said, the victim lied on me and got me sent to prison. She had lied and said that I had raped her. I said, a family member told me that you was charged with it. I said, I already knew. I just wanted to see if you would be man enough to tell me. My husband, Scotty, had went to prison. He served 8.5 years. I don't believe it because he never pressured me into sex or nothing like that. During all this charge and stuff, he had lost his CDL license and he has to register, and it's just all tearing him apart. And then when he can't see his grandbabies, that's what hurts him the most. Stacy won't let him be around the grandkids alone. But now she got to where she won't let him see them at all. It makes me feel awful. Because he wants to see them and she won't let him. And he loves them. We all love them, but she doesn't let him see them. Yeah, I do. I miss having a close bond with my daughter. We're not as close as we once was. When I married him, it's just like everything's fell apart again. I believe him. I'm gonna be with him because we married each other. That's my husband. I'm gonna believe him. I'm in this until death do us part, and I'm gonna ride with him all the way out with it.
Scotty, what were you charged and convicted with, and how much time did you serve?
I was charged with second-degree rape, and I did 8 years on a 15-year sentence for a crime that I did not even commit.
No. So you were innocent?
Yes, sir.
How come they picked you to charge?
My mother had actually dated a black guy back years ago, and during this time, they wanted me and my mother out of the picture.
So, because your mom dated a black guy, I'm trying to get the story right. Your mom dated a black guy, you got sent to prison.
Yes.
So you get sentenced to 15 years.
Yes.
And this 11-year-old girl you didn't touch.
No, I did not.
Did you know her?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. That's got to be terrible if you're innocent and you're in prison for 8 years. You're sentenced to 15, but you do 8 years.
Yes.
And I got to imagine it's tough when you're convicted of abusing a child.
Oh, yes. It's horrific in there. I mean, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
I've seen people killed because of this. I've seen people where they've been raped because of this in prison.
Yeah. Oh.
And I've actually fought for my life in there as well.
I don't doubt it. And you maintain that you never did this.
Yes.
How do you find out that you're being charged with it?
I was dating this girl. She had 2 children, and we were sitting in her living room, me, her, and 2 children. We were watching a movie when she gets a knock on the door. It's DHR, Department of Human Resources. And they call her outside and talk to her first. And then they call me outside and tell me that that I was being accused of raping this girl when I knew nothing about it.
So they locked you up?
Several months afterwards, yes. My lawyer was a court-appointed lawyer. I believe that the victim and her family were in cohorts with him.
In front of the judge says, "Are you pleading guilty?" And what'd you say?
I was not even in front of the judge.
You never saw a judge?
No, I did not.
They just threw your ass in prison?
Yes, sir.
You never saw a judge?
No, sir.
Judge didn't say, "Are you pleading guilty?" And you didn't say, "Yes, Your Honor."
No, I did not.
They just took you from your cell and took you to prison?
The only time I seen a judge was during a preliminary hearing.
And you never saw him again?
No, I did not.
That'd be the first time I ever heard that happening. First time ever. Because usually the judge is making sure that you're pleading guilty. Somebody might have forged your name. That's why they do it. They say, "Hey, Scotty, do you plead guilty?" "Yes, Your Honor." "Do you do it voluntarily? Has anything promised you?" "No, Your Honor." "Okay, 15 years in prison." You're saying you never got that?
No, I did not.
Man, what state is this?
Alabama.
Oh, man, don't do that down there. So now you get out and you're a registered sex offender, right?
Yes, sir.
It's got to be tough, right?
It is.
All kind of rules and things that you can and can't do.
Right.
And supposedly at some point you weren't really allowed to be around Stacy's kids, right?
I could be around children as long as I was supervised.
Okay. And they said that you were around them by yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Were you?
For about 10 minutes.
Yeah. You ever sexually molest the kids?
No.
Yeah. But you never raped the girl you were convicted of?
No.
Okay. And Ellie's your wife?
Yes.
Where'd you meet her at?
Me and her actually met 30 years ago. We were high school sweethearts.
And then after you get out of prison, you reconnect?
Yes.
And did you tell her, hey, I went to prison for raping a girl?
I didn't at first. It took me a little time to actually tell her, which she had already knew through some family members.
Word spreads.
Yes.
So when she finds out, then you talk about it, she believed you, because you told her, I didn't do this, honey. And she believed you.
And she believed me.
And then you got, you know, the one thing I found interesting on the tape, you said, he never makes me or pressures me to have sex.
No, when we were dating, he never pressured me into having sex. He never pressured me into anything. He just told me, he said, when you're ready, he said, you know, let me know and we'll have sex.
What does that have to do with anything with the story?
And then when he went to telling me, you know, I didn't believe that, you know, he did anything like that because he never pressured me.
Raping an 11-year-old child.
Yes.
You know that's a little different than your situation, right?
When we were dating, I mean, I never believed that he would do nothing like that.
Why is that?
Because he didn't me. I mean, he
Well,
never
but you're
tried.
a grown woman.
Yeah, well, at the time we wasn't. At the time we wasn't grown. We were children ourselves.
He never raped you as a child.
No, we did. He did not.
But I'm saying, as an adult, when he gets out of prison, you start dating.
Yes.
Okay. And what if he fails?
If he fails, I'm still not leaving him.
Because. Well, one, let me say it like this. If he fails, he did his time.
Yes. If he failed, to me he did his time.
It's not like we're discovering he touched.
Yes.
You knew going in, getting married.
Yes.
I'm marrying a registered sex offender.
Yes.
I love the registered sex offender.
Yes.
My wife called the show because her stepfather was charged with rape. He spent 8 years in prison. I've only known him for a few months. I haven't seen any questionable behavior that made me think that he would do such a thing. And my kids, they love him to death. They call him Papa. Every time he has to leave, they cry, they throw a fit, and it breaks my heart seeing that. And much as it hurts me, I can't let them be around him until I know the truth. Me or my wife asked my oldest one if he's ever touched him. She says no, but we've had him tested just to make sure that he didn't. And if he fails for touching either one of my kids, then I don't ever want to see him again. I don't want any of my family to see him. Sometimes the grandmother wants to come get the kids, and we have to make sure that he is supervised around them at all times. And it's affecting my wife and her mother's relationship severely. They get into it, and it hurts both of them. Until I know he passes his test, he cannot be around my kids.
Did you know he was a convicted rapist?
At first, no. But then
When
I
did
kept
you-
hearing,
when did
but
you
then
find
I
out?
kept hearing stories and kept hearing stories, and then eventually I found out.
Yeah. Did that make you uncomfortable, him being around your kids?
Yes, very.
Yeah, I gotta imagine, yeah, I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, it hurt when they got took from us.
Yeah. It had to be terrible getting your kids taken away for 90 days, right?
Yes.
Young mother, boom, kids taken away. That's got to be horrible. Let's find out. So we broke up your test into two parts, whether the incident that happened that you were convicted of, and then with your children. The first part is the girl that you were convicted of. We asked you, did you engage in any physical sexual contact with a minor child at any time for which you were convicted in 2009? You answered no. Did you enter the bedroom of a minor child and engage in physical sexual act with her? You answered no. Are you the person who committed the sexual acts on the minor child in which you were charged and convicted on in 2009? You answered no. The results came back the same to each one of those 3 questions, and it came back that Scotty did not tell the truth.
Trying to take my family away from me?
I don't care about you.
Well, hey.
Hold on. Two-part test. Hold on, 2-part test. Then we ask about your children. Did you ever engage in any inappropriate physical sexual acts with Stacy and Drew's youngest daughter for your own sexual gratification and pleasure? You answered no. Did you ever engage in any inappropriate physical sexual acts with Stacy and Drew's oldest daughter for your own sexual gratification and pleasure? You answered no. The results came back the same to each of those 2 questions, and it came back that Scotty told the truth.
Trying to tell y'all.
So am I still trying to pin you down?
At least one part of it's the truth. The other part's not even the truth.
Okay. Hey, Scotty, don't walk off. Come on. Here's the deal. I think you committed a terrible, heinous act 15 years ago. And you went to prison. And you got 8 years. Is that enough? That's not enough for me to decide, but that's what the judge or whoever decided that was good. You get out. Now you got a wife. You got daughter-in-law. You a son-in-law. You got kids that look at you as grandfather, and you're not abusing them. Doing good. Maybe you're making the most out of your second chance. I think you did what you did back in 2009, and you went to prison and you got punished. Does it change anything for you?
No, not with that.
You love him.
I love him, and, at the time, I believed him. I mean...
But now you believe her?
But yes.
Okay.
I'm just glad he passed for the kids.
Yeah. But, put it this way. That is a really good thing, because nobody wants their kids abused. But now me, as the former policeman who can never get that out of my blood, why take the chance that he's reformed? Hey, he gets a second chance. He's out. But around my kids, no way. Are you still unhappy with the results, Scotty?
Yeah.
You said we're doing the same thing as Dave. If I really wanted to sandbag you, wouldn't I say you're molesting his kids? I would do that, right? I'd say, man, this guy, let's get him. Let's get him. Let's put him back in prison. But we proved you're not touching anybody now, right?
No, and I didn't touch nobody back then either.
Well, if you want anybody to believe that story, you need to tweak it a little bit, okay? You need to stop telling that thing where you didn't see the judge and all that, because that, okay? Nobody is going to believe that. That's a lie. Okay. You ready to take your man and go live the rest of your life with him?
Yeah.
See ya. Nice meeting you.